It was 3:17 a.m. on a Tuesday in October when Maya hit the shipping button for what she had privately started calling Launch Number 4. Her studio apartment in East LA was 400 square feet on a good day, and the only light in it was the blue glow of her laptop on the coffee table and a single warm bulb above the sink she kept forgetting to turn off. She had been building Magnet, a small, opinionated client acquisition platform for solo service providers who did not know how to market themselves. For 14 months, she had 3 paying customers. 2 of them were friends. She watched the deploy pipeline spin its little green circle, pressed refresh on her striped dashboard out of habit she had long stopped expecting anything from. And then she closed the laptop, walked 4 steps to her bed, and lay down on her back with her glasses still on, and watched the ceiling fan make its slow, honest circles. Nobody was coming, tonight or most nights, but she was here. She was still here. Maya had been 12 years old when her father closed Hillside Cleaners. He had run it for 29 years in a strip mall between a Taco Bell and a nail salon, and he had dry cleaned the same family's shirts across 4 presidencies and 1 global pandemic. He was the kind of careful man who saved the plastic hanger guards because they might be useful. He had no website. He had no marketing. When the big contract cleaner opened across town with app-based pickup, Baba's loyal customers started apologizing to him on the way out, which was worse than if they had simply stopped coming. The day he locked the shop for the last time, Maya sat with him on the back steps behind the store, and Baba said quietly, in the careful English he used when he was choosing his words, "I didn't know how to tell people I was still here." Maya had not understood, at 12, why her father's sentence made her cry. But 17 years later, in a studio apartment in East LA at 3 in the morning, she finally did. The thing no one tells you about building a small software company alone in 2026 is how much of it is the marketing. You ship a real, honest product that would actually help real, honest people. And then you discover that the world does not beat a path to your door. The world, if anything, does not know you have a door. So Maya did what indie founders do. She posted demos on X that got 16 likes, 12 of them from bots. She wrote thoughtful cold emails to electricians and piano teachers and pet groomers and house cleaners. She got 3 replies out of 200. She showed up to a Friday afternoon Zoom with a house painter named Carlos in Fresno, who said he was interested and then never got back to her. She built a feature in a week that a potential customer had said was a deal breaker, and the customer ghosted her the day she shipped it. She did not cry about it. She had stopped crying about these things around month 9. She just closed her laptop quietly and made another pot of coffee, because the kind of crying you do alone, too many times, eventually turns into something calmer and more stubborn and more honest. The Thursday she nearly quit was a Thursday like any other. Rent was $1,900. Her checking account said $1,842. Her sister was getting married in Portland in 11 days. The flight was $340 she did not have. She sat down on the kitchen floor with her back against the refrigerator. Warm because the apartment's heating was unreliable and she had been running it through the fridge. And she wrote the shutdown email in her head. She thought about the 6-figure data science job in Culver City that had offered itself to her twice, and about her college roommates who now had mortgages and dental plans, and about Baba, who was now retired and who called her every Sunday to ask in his careful way whether she was eating. She opened the laptop. She opened a draft document called Goodbye to Magnet. She wrote one sentence. Hey everyone, after 14 months, I've decided to... And then the cursor blinked at her for a long time, because the sentence, as a true sentence, did not actually continue. A notification slid down from the top of her screen. It was from a Magnet user named David, somewhere in Tulsa, Oklahoma, whom Maya had never met and who she happened to know from his billing profile was a 46-year-old freelance electrician. The message said, "Hey Maya, this is weird to send, sorry, but I used the auto email feature you shipped last week, and a guy I cold reached out to hired me today for a kitchen rewire. It's $1,400. It means my daughter can go to the orthodontist this month. Anyway, I just wanted you to know the tool worked. Thanks for building it." Maya read the message. She read it again. She did not cry. She had stopped crying. You will remember. But she did sit very still for about a minute and a half. David did not know that his message had arrived on the Thursday, and Maya did not tell him. She closed the shutdown document without saving. She did not decide, in that moment, that Magnet would succeed. She only decided that she did not yet know, and not yet knowing, tonight, on this floor, was enough. In the end, Maya did not quit, and she did not blow up. She flew home to Portland on a credit card. She danced with her sister at her wedding. She came back to her 400-square-foot apartment and kept building Magnet, one small, honest feature at a time, for the electricians and piano teachers and house cleaners who, like her father had been, were still here and did not know how to tell anyone they were. Some months, the number went up. Some months, it did not. By the time Magnet eventually became something, which it did in a quiet way, 3 years later, in a way no one would ever write a TechCrunch article about, Maya had stopped asking herself whether it had been worth it. She had finally understood that the question itself was the wrong question. The question was not, will this work? The question was, who am I becoming while I do this? And the answer, in her case, was someone her father would have recognized. Someone who had learned to tell people patiently, for as long as it took, the simplest and most important thing there is to say. I am still here. I am still here. I am still here.